There is no other way to start this video. You guys are amazing. Last time I spoke of this Roman multitool and your response was overwhelming in a positive way. This is a replica of an archaeological find that today can be admired in Fitzwilliam Museum in Cambridge. If you haven't seen my last video where I talk about it, I highly recommend you watch it, so you get the full picture, because today I will be enriching the knowledge from that one with your awesome theories from the comments. Moreover, as requested, there will be more close-ups in this one. I also fixed my pronunciation and won't be calling this a multitool, but a multitool. Lastly, in the end, I will also tell you where you can get a replica of your own. But for now, let's go through the extra theories. In the beginning, it has to be said that none of the parts of this multitool necessarily had a single specific purpose. As many of you remarked, a multitool is exactly that. A tool with multiple applications. Its owner most likely used it for whatever he found it useful for at a specific moment in time. Another general remark has to do with the fact that the original tool was made of silver, a metal with natural antibacterial properties, which actually makes it perfect for a device which predominantly has culinary and hygienic applications. This feature also mitigates a contradiction of having culinary and hygienic tools within a single device, which some of you found to be undesirable. Now we'll have a better look at each of the multitool's parts. When it comes to the spoon and fork, there weren't really any new theories, maybe except for that one about the spoon. One of you wrote that if it was polished well enough, it could work as a mirror and thus a lens for focusing sunlight and easy fire camp starting. I would have never thought of it myself, not in 1,000 years. But I find it quite convincing, because on campaign, every single contubernum had to prepare their own food once the marching camp was erected. The fork did not get any new theories, but it was funny to read that it is claimed that forks did not appear in Britain until sometime in the 2nd millennium CE. However, as it turns out with many things, the Romans already did it. For the knife, there was a request for a showcase of cutting meat with it, and I am happy to deliver. As you can see, it works fine, even if it is not sharpened very well. Wait, I am a vegetarian. What am I gonna do with it now? Oh yeah!
Coucou. Coucou. Loulou.
We can proceed to the 3 smaller tools, and these were the tiny spoon, the pick, and the hook. Regarding the tiny spoon, I stand corrected. There were countless comments actually claiming that this could have been an earwax remover. Many of those included examples of similar ear cleaning devices from many different cultures that appeared throughout all of history. Some people even claimed to be using something similar today. I am happy to have such a well-informed audience. Hats off to you. The next 2 theories actually work good for both the tiny spoon and the hook, which, by the way, many of you agreed that it could have been a stitching awl. But let's get back on the track. The 2 tools could have yet more culinary purposes. The first being a tool for scraping out bone marrow, a nutrient-rich tissue that's on the inside of bones. The second theory sees these 2 tools as some kind of a pitting device. It makes sense given how important olives were to the Romans. Then many voices also assigned the 3 small tools with general picking applications, all from removing the dirt from under the fingernails through doing some simple medical procedures such as removing shallowly set arrowheads to cleaning of shoe bottoms. You would be surprised how many things can get in between the hobnails. As said before, Multitool can be used for whatever situation its owner faces. Lastly, there were two more theories. The first one claims the tiny spoon to be a Coke spoon. I am very disturbed with how many comments like this I read. The second theory is less disturbing, however, it doesn't make it any less untrue. It said that the three smaller tools could have been used for a tobacco pipe. You might be wondering why I am so sure that these two theories are not true. It is because both coca and tobacco plants are native to the Americas, of which the Romans had absolutely no idea that they even existed. I am sorry if that shatters any of your excitement about Romans doing drugs. However, maybe you will find it comforting to learn that they actually did drugs, but those of a different kind. As not to look far, you can find a video on this very channel where I speak about cannabis in the Roman world. I think we have it all covered. I am curious if you can come up with even more uses for this Roman multi-tool. If yes, please be kind enough to share them in the comments. And as not to leave you without anything to ponder about, I will tell you of one more thing that I found in the comments. Some people think that this multi-tool is fake, a fabrication that was created only to make the museum's collection more appealing. I actually wrote to the Fitzwilliam Museum regarding this matter, but am still awaiting their reply. In the meantime, I would like to know what you think about it. The comment section is all yours. As always, thank you for watching. Subscribe for the glory of Rome, and remember, Carthago delenda est, et Roma caput mundi. Oh, I almost would have forgotten. For all those wanting a similar replica, please, in the description, find a link to a similar product from Armillum store. I even managed to get you a discount code. When ordering, just use the code SWISSK and get a 5% discount on your Roman multi-tool. For all those from the US and the UK, you are advised to contact the store prior to purchasing. For the US, to get a better shipping price, and for the UK, to find a way not to have the replica returned to Spain by customs. Cheers!